Hello Pisces, welcome to Essence Reflections Tarot. My name is Krista and this is your reading for the week of June 17th to 23rd, 2019. It's for Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that you can find out when your next readings come out. So we have the Fool that has come out all on its own. So we'll leave that here. And in the physical, you have the Five of Cups in reverse. And the emotional is the Eight of Cups in reverse. The mental is the High Priestess. And the spiritual is the Queen of Cups. So there's a sense of something very new for you, a sense of a new cycle really starting for you. And this may be something that feels like you are being asked to take a risk, and you are being asked to really step off into an area that is very much unknown for you, and that maybe you feel like, I don't know that you feel like you're unequipped to handle it. And maybe that's maybe that's what you're thinking, but in reality, you are very much equipped to handle this. Whether you decide to move into this area or not is completely up to you, but it probably feels like you're really being pushed here, like there's a rapid movement and something that's kind of taking over and moving on for you, and it has you starting to kind of question things that you thought you had down and things you thought you understood, and that whereas emotionally you understood how things worked before, especially for yourself, and you understood this connection to your emotions, that's been changing somewhat, and you're not finding as much comfort in the meditative states that you've been able to reach. You're not finding that same sense of contentment that you perhaps once had. But it looks like there's been a real shakeup for you in terms of your spiritual connection and in terms of your connection to the divine. And it looks like you've really connected more to your feminine energy, but also a sense of mystery is coming to the fore, and that has you a little bit, it's not something that you're as comfortable with. You really appreciated the way you understood things previously and the way you connected to things previously because it was familiar to you. And also what was familiar to you was a sense of loss. And there was almost a sense of nostalgia attached to that, and a comfort in that feeling of isolation and loss. And maybe what you're being called to now is to move forward into something different, something more like this Queen of Cups energy that is here, that is really focused on love and creativity and beauty and a sense of everything does come from love, and that's new for you. And well, it's a good thing. It may be upsetting because you're going to have to go back through and reevaluate everything that you thought you knew, and you have to revisit all those steps that you've taken in the past in order to discover what this truly means to you, what this new sort of philosophy or way of thinking, this new archetypal energy that's coming further forward for you. And I almost feel like I want to apologize because it's something that it's a good thing, but it's also almost an unwelcome thing for you in terms of how it's affecting you, and how it may feel like, oh, now I have to do all this extra work. But with this energy, I think that it is something that can be very comforting, which is an unfamiliar feeling for you. And maybe it's calling you to make some connections in terms of emotionally with other people, where you felt safer before, staying kind of isolated within yourself. And being called to make these connections really feels like something that's putting you very far out of your comfort zone. And it's something that you maybe aren't all that excited about doing from some perspectives. So the question for you is, what are you gonna do? I mean, it can be an option for you to stay where you are and stay protected, but that can turn sour as well. I can't make your decisions for you, but I can tell you that with the cards here, there's certainly an aspect here of this not being something that's dangerous for you. It is going to ask you to take risks and perhaps trust other people, but really what you're being called to do is to trust yourself. And if you can trust yourself in making these connections, and you can trust your own judgment and what you have learned about people and yourself, and you're able to apply those and to trust yourself and to believe in yourself when you have impressions and signals and warnings, or trust your feelings in order to guide you through this new phase of learning to connect. That's where your safety is. You're not necessarily needing to put a lot of trust in other people right up front. That's not what you're being asked to do. You're being asked to trust yourself, and then to extend trust to people and to places that have shown themselves trustworthy. Trust is something that's earned. We aren't called to just blindly throw our trust around until it's been violated and then we retract it. We need to build trust, and it takes time, and it takes energy and focus, and those are things that you have. And you also have experiences from your past that you can bring with you, and that you have learned from, and that you are able to apply into making new connections for yourself. So you're not a complete ingenue when it comes to this. I really hope that this has resonated for you. I really appreciate you watching. If you'd like a more in-depth personalized reading, you can visit my website. The link is in the description box below. And I hope that you have an excellent week. Bye-bye.